Hey, lovelies, it's Janae. I am your dietitian, lactation counselor, birth educator, birth doula, and mama of two boys. I breastfed or pumped for almost 5 years, so I know the academic side of this, and I also know the reality side of it. Oh yeah, I worked full time at the same time. So I'm coming to you today on my new YouTube channel. If you see this, if you have any comments, let me know. This is a new space for me. I want to talk a little bit about breastfeeding as a choice, because I think that there is an expectation that if you're pro-breastfeeding, you're anti-formula, which isn't the case. I'm pro-family is what I am. And so whatever works for the family. But what I find in my experience, and I've been doing this for 25 years, is that there's a lot of communication or culture acceptance out there that if it doesn't work the first time, throw it out. Don't do it. Breastfeeding is horrible. Grab formula. I use the analogy of hospitals handing out sample formula to new parents, especially the ones that are breastfeeding, just in case. Let's think about what this is. Imagine you're loading an airplane, a jet, to go on vacation. And as you sit down, the flight attendant hands you and your family parachutes. And you look at her inquisitively and she says, oh, the plane is fine. Everything's going to be fine. But here's your parachute just in case. What does that do to your confidence and your faith in not only the machinery, aka the plane, comparing to breastfeeding your body, or your ability to overcome anything? What about the pilot? I mean, it builds in this feeling of lack of confidence in the process and the people. So I think that that's how I feel about when formula is handed out just in case. So the first bump in the airplane or the first bump in breastfeeding, we're jumping out of the good plane with our parachutes they gave us, or we're adding formula. And when in reality, there's a lot about lactation and breastfeeding, especially for the first time, that needs a little bit of story behind an explanation. Just the fact of how a woman's milk comes in the first 2 weeks, we need to make documentaries about this. We need to talk about what is normal and what to expect, because it's kind of counterintuitive. And so one of my videos that I'm going to do later is I'm going to do something on the stages of lactation for the typical mom and babe, because this information is gold and I don't know why it's being held and hoarded and not shared. And one of those things that I want to talk about right off the get-go is that there's a lot of sabotage being done for moms. And what happens in those first 2 weeks is if we interfere with that mom and baby's ability to help them breastfeed, number one, it could be innocent in the fact that a new OB nurse doesn't know that putting on a nipple shield totally messes with the whole process. A nipple shield is an artificial teat. You are setting up decreased milk supply, decreased skin on skin, decreased milk coming in. The baby has to feed more often because the nipple shield reduces the amount of milk transferred by almost 30%. It's a whole cascade of shit show, but nobody tells you that. And then there's nipple confusion on top of that. And I've seen nipple shields handed out before the milk even shows up within 24 hours of delivery. So let's talk about that. I'm trying to keep these videos under 4 or 5 minutes because it's new and it's a lot of information. And obviously I have a lot of passion for what I do. I've tried doing social media like Instagram Reels and lip syncing and stuff. That's not my skill. So this is more of, talk to me. Let me know if this is resonating with you and if this feels good to you and if you want more of it. Peace and love.